Okay, so today we're not going to be talking about stocks. We're going to be talking about I guess the AI is feeding me a bunch of people calling permanent life insurance a scam, the Dave Ramsey people. But term insurance is hell. We hail term insurance. We bash whole life insurance. Permanent life insurance, there's whole life, there's universal life, there's UL, there's guarantee life. Again, um, anyone that I know we throw the word scam, scam, scam out to hinder people from actually seeing the product for what it's designed for. Um, Seeing the product for what it's designed for. As soon as you say scam, oh yes, scam, everyone jumps to that scam. But have you actually thought about what is going on and why term life is actually sold at a lower price? Oh, think about it. Why will I sell you something at a lower price if they all cost, if we use the same mortality tables, it all costs the same per thousand, but yet I'm able to sell you something at a lower price? Let's think about it. Think about it. Oh Lord, I'm gonna have to think about it. The reason why I'm selling you something at a lower price in terms of insurance is because you're you're 99% not gonna use it. It's that simple. You are 99% not gonna use it. And when you do, seeing that I increased the amount of volume, the amount of people that buy this product, I'm able to pay out those that will need it and still make a profit. It's all profit, bro. All profit. So is whole life a scam? Nope. Is term life a scam? Nope. It's just different product. It's universal life a scam? Nope. Is IUL a scam? No. None of them are scam. They're just products that are designed based on the mortality table. And the people that say buy term, invest the difference, well, that works. You buy term, you invest the difference. You make a lot of money. But at the end of the day, even with that lot of money you made, you still need that insurance at the end of the day. Why? You still need your estate. You still need your estate. And once you hit a certain amount of money, there is no once you hit a certain amount, you will still hit an the government will still collect their share of your estate. So why do we do what we why that's it. Term life, universal life, no difference. It's just one guy is expected to pay out with 100% guarantee if the person using the policy dies. The other one knows he's not gonna pay, and based on the mortality table, he sells it at a lower cost, and he terminates it at a certain age because there's a certain age you cannot get term life. Let's be honest, it's just difficult. Is either you get disqualified by health or the premium is just so high that is not possible. You won't pay for it. No one will. At the age of 60, you're not paying for that. So at that point, again, you have to get permanent life again if you still have insurable need. But then again, they throw out the word you'll be self-insured because you have $1 million in the bank. Again, it's just a lie. That's not true. You're actually never fully self-insured. No matter how rich you get, never self-insured. You can't insure yourself, or else that a lot of things can wipe you out. You're never self-insured. Okay, nice talking to you. So whenever you hear someone say, "Oh, this insurance is a scam," that person is trying to get you to do something you should not be doing. Oh, they say, okay, have a great day and bye. If you want to talk more about it, and then they always say, "Oh, the insurance company keep your debt value, debt, what do you call it, cash value." The insurance company keeps the cash that you put in the policy. Even that is not even true. You have to just have this in mind. Anyone that tells you something is lying to you. Just keep that in mind. Nothing is as clear cut as it seems. And anyone that try to turn financial advice into just black and gray, run. Every product is suited for certain individual. Simple as that. It may not be you, but they're suited for certain individual. What else do they like to say? Now, they always run an illustration, and the illustration is this: oh, I buy term, invest the difference, and I make billions of dollars. Life insurance is not an investment product. The best return you're getting from life insurance is the bond rate. Whether you like it or not, it's the bond rate, and even sometimes lower. Bond rate right now is 3.4 point something, 4.25 federal rate for short-term bonds. That's all you're getting. It's not an investment. But they like to compare everything to investment. Oh, growing at 12%. Um, Growing at 12%, to be honest, anything that grows consistent, even at 8%, will multiply to a lot of money. Take a look at it. You'll see what I'm saying. It's not an investment. You can't compare it. You just can't compare the two. Now, if you use the same logic, a house is a bad investment too. The same logic that they use, a house is a terrible investment, to be honest. Not just any house. You have to be precise. Or a house that you dwell in, residential housing, is a bad investment. If you look at it through the same lens that they're using to look at this policies, whole life term, the same lens, because a house is guaranteed to produce 3% growth. Okay, 3% growth per year, and anything more than that is extra. But it's 3% growth per year. But you have to understand they borrowed the 400 and the money to pay for the house. They borrowed it, so they are borrowing at a lot more money, and that money compounded at 3% produces a lot more cash flow. But at the end of the day, you include the taxes, you include the repair cost, you include the seeing that it's not an asset, it's not producing any income, so it's not an asset. And they don't value it based on what it produces, they value it based on what do you call it? They value it based on what people are willing to pay for it. Now, if you move to what do you call it, commercial real estate, now every property is is valued based on value, how much cash flow it produces. So that place, there's money to be made, and then using the tax advantage that real estate gives the owner of the property or the person that runs the the person that runs that manages the property, that owns the property, you're able to produce a lot more income, a lot more great income. So Should you buy real estate? You bet you should. Even though it's a terrible investment. Yep, even though it's a terrible investment. Why? Because there's this there's this thing called rent, and that will go up. Yes, it will go up. Now your income does not match rent, does not grow as much as rent, even though it seems like rent is running higher and higher. It's not really the rent that is running, it's your income is not keeping up with it. That's the only thing that is going on. Okay, now that we solved that problem, um, run from anyone that tells you anything is a scam. Go look at it yourself, and when they talk, compare whatever you're looking at to stock market. They don't even add to stock market. Taking something that's an investment, comparing it to the stock market, they're just trying to sell you an idea. And if you're really honest, the only advantage you're getting, whole life, term life, housing, whole life, term life is, and the savings you're making is actually just 10 years. After 10 years, they could both compound it. They could both, what do you call it? They could both. Now, the option that is available for the term life person is also available to the whole life person or the universal life person. But if you're going to get all this permanent insurance and that carry a lot more cash value, again, you have to be able to use that cash value to do something. You must be able to use that cash value to do something to produce more income. If you're not able to do that, um, the whole life person will beat the term life person will beat you if they actually do what they say they'll do. Buy term, invest the difference. But people do not do that. They buy term, spend the difference, and whatever else they do, most people buy term, spend the difference. Okay, have a great day, and bye.